Hey Jammers, welcome to TribeMusicStudio.com. I'm Gene, and today's lesson is a video lesson on an article I wrote on our website called The Marriage of Chords, which is major and minor chords that are married, hooked up together. So let's get started. Each major chord has a relative minor chord, and or vice versa. Each minor chord has a relative major chord. And there's two ways we can go about to figure out this marriage of chords. One is within our major scale. So I'm going to use the G major scale for this, which is going to give us our relatives for the key of G major. If I wanted the key of A, I would have to go to the A major scale and do this same thing I'm about to do, and then it would give us the relative chords or marriage of chords for the key of A. If I want the key of C, I go to the C major scale. The point is, whatever key you're trying to find the marriage of chords for, relative major and minor, you must go to that key's major scale. So we're going to do G. At the G major scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. We're going to put value to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Play those 8 notes there. In fact, we're not even going to need all 8. So the marriage of chords for the G major scale is going to be 1 and 6. So 1, the first note in the G major scale, is a G. And then we want to go to number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, the 6th note in the G major scale is an E. So the two chords, or marriage of chords in the key of G, are going to be G and E minor. The note is an E. There's no such thing as a minor note. There's only two types of notes, natural and enharmonic. Remember, the definition of an enharmonic is one note with two names. So we have here, even though it's an E note, the chords will be G and E minor. Now, next, we want, you'll see on the website that it says is 4 and 2. So we go to the 4th note in the G major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a C. And we want the 2nd. So we got back to 1 again and go 1, 2. Well, there's an A. So the next marriage of chords in the key of G is C and A minor chords. And then we want 5 and 3. So we'll go 1 again in case you're not sure. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5, which is a D, and we want 3. You can go back and go 1, 2, 3, and there's a B. So D and B minor are the next marriage of chords. So we can say again that G major's relative minor is E minor, or vice versa. E minor's relative major is G, and C major's relative minor is A minor, or vice versa. A minor's relative major is C, and D's relative minor is B minor, or vice versa. B minor's relative major is D. Those are your marriage of chords for the key of G, and this works in every single scale for every single key. Now, that's the best way to do this, but there is an easier, faster way, and this works also every time, no matter what key or chords you're looking for, or whatever string or fret you even start on. I can do it, let's say, on a high string here. Well, there's a C. If I want to know what C's relative minor is, we simply go 3 down. Remember your neck direction. That's down, that's up. So you don't count this as 1 because you didn't move yet. This is 0, this C. And you go 0, 1, 2, 3. There's an A. So again, C and A minor are relative to each other. Or you can vice versa this. If you're looking at this A here as being the minor and you want to know what its relative major is, you simply go 3 up. You don't count this as 1 because you didn't move yet. This is 0, 1, 2, 3. There's a C. So this works again no matter whatever string or whatever fret you're on. If I go here to the first string, 12th fret, the E, and if I want to know what E's relative minor is, we'll go 3 down. 0, 1, 2, 3, there's a C sharp. So E and C sharp minor are the marriage of chords. They're relative to each other. If I look at this E as being a minor instead of a major, and going down to that C sharp, but a minor, and I want to know what its relative major is, then we got to go up 3. 0, 1, 2, 3, there's a G. So E minor and G, or G and E minor, are relative to each other. That's the marriage of chords. That's the easier way to do it, but not the most beneficial. The most beneficial is using your major scale, because it's teaching you, it's almost like throwing a stone up in the air, one stone, and dropping 3 ducks at the same time. It's teaching you where your scales are, what the notes are within that scale, and what the chords are going to be within that major scales, within the notes of that major scale. So it's teaching your keys, as the chords in your keys, as well as the notes in the scales in your fingerboard. So it's a very good thing to know. And why might we want to know this?
Why? Yes. Why do we want to? Why do I have to know this?
Well, let's
marriage
say,
of chords.
Yes. Let's say you're jamming with Johnny. You know Johnny. Or maybe Mary. You know Mary. And Johnny or Mary say to you, "Oh, here's a song in the key of C." Well, then you'll know where your scale is, what notes are there, what chords are within that key, and so in other words, which chords may be possibly being used in that song. Maybe they'll use them all, maybe only 2 or 3 of the chords are going to be in that song. It might be a song like Dave Mason's Feeling All Right, a 2-chord song. Either way, you'll know what chords could possibly be in there. So it's teaching you that. It's good to know what chords are in your keys. Who's married to who, the marriage of chords, where the scale is and what the notes are within that scale. Because this is how all songs are made from. And here's, I think, the best thing of all. If you go to write your own song, because remember, I'm really into pushing creativity. Make up your own stuff. It's great playing someone else's, covering their songs, but taking their songs and putting your own little twist to them, being creative with them. But the best way that you can be creative on the guitar is to make up your own stuff. Well, in order to do that, you need to know about what chords are in the keys, who's married to who, and where the scales are. So you're doing the same thing the pros do. That's how they write their songs. You want to do the same thing. So it's great knowing this. So if you sit down to write your own song, you're going to use those chords within that key. Now, there's more to this. It gets deeper, but for now, this covers a lot. Now, so that takes care of this lesson, other than, please check the website though and read the article on this. But the article also explains about what's called the relative majors, not just relative minors that we discussed today, the marriage of chords, major and minor. But there's also going to be, besides relative minors, relative majors. That's another lesson, different video. Please watch that too. Check it out. And thanks for being here as always. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope it helps you a lot. This is a good one, especially when, like I say, come to writing your own stuff. Hey, have fun. Be creative. Peace and Jam on.